Hi again. So today I am reviewing the book I'm Adopted, A Positive Explanation of Adoption by Scott Howcraft and Sean Hale. They are Canadian co-authors. They both have education in psychology, which is how I met Sean. They are partners and parents to two adoptive sons, and they wrote this book because they felt like there may not have been enough positive messaging out there for our kids surrounding adoption and families that look different than the traditional stereotypical family. I love that concept. I really adore Sean, and their family is adorable. And this book is really a great start to those conversations. So overall, my opinion of the book is a great one. It is opening our minds to different types of families. It's recognizing some of the complexities around adoption in a manageable, developmental format for our kids. I appreciate all of that. I appreciate that they're taking a positive spin on the effort that it takes as an adoptive parent, that we are going through a lot of work towards our children, even if it does not include a pregnancy. There is tons of effort, and you certainly would not make it through all of that effort without a strong desire for the outcome. And hopefully for all of us, the outcome is a family that we can heal and support and grow into. And so for all of that, I love this book. Another thing I really appreciate about this book is the diagrams. It shows a wide array of diversity, which I appreciate. And it also has sweet diagrams of Sean and Scott and their boys in cartoon form, which is very adorable. The one thing that I would have as a criticism of it is that in the beginning, it talks about the difference is that the people who made me are not my parents. I don't love that language, if I'm being honest. The people that made them are their parents too. I really firmly believe that. I believe that we have to fold it all in. They're their birth parents. We're their parents. If we want to be, if we want to segregate ourselves as far as birth and adoptive and what have you. But in my world, in my realm, in my thinking, all of us are their parents. And so that part was a little bit sticky for me. I wasn't super comfy with that part. Although I do recognize where they're coming from on this, as they're trying to get across the point that the day-to-day parents are not the ones that created the child. And so, the thinking around it is good and sound. I just think that it may need a little bit more discussion with your child at the end of the book, if you have any sticking points like this, like I did. Just to have a little conversation about what it means to you and your family and how you look at that. Another little sticking point to me was just around when someone can't be the parent, they do the most loving thing they can do. They let the kid be adopted. That's just not the reality. So that one's a hard one for me. That one's a hard one for me. Children's Aid Society, as we know, the kids there, most of them were not given up. Most of them were removed from their families' homes, either due to unsafe conditions or because the government deemed them to be unsafe, that we don't have social programming to support those families appropriately. Instead, we remove the children and try and find new homes for them. They may not have been given up in a loving way. And so I really believe in telling the truth to our children. And so this is a book, and it's great, and it opens these conversations, but please use it as an opportunity to open those conversations if your child came to you and your family in a way that may not be true to this. This is a story. And so we want to take it as a story, we want to appreciate it for what it gives us, and we want to use it to open up dialogue for what our current reality is. So that's my 2 cents on that. But overall, I loved it. I appreciated that, they talk about the parents being the lucky ones. The whole point of why they're framing it this way is to put a positive spin on it for the adopted child, which it does do. And I appreciate that. Um, they're just trying to get down to, like, not everybody's parents are their biological parents, and to allow space for that in our society, because currently our school system and the language out there doesn't really allow for room for that. Teachers will say, take this note home to your parents, knowing full well that some of the children in that room may not live with their parents. Maybe they live with a sibling or grandparents or an aunt. And so recognizing that families are different, and especially, here in Canada, we have a wide array of families being created, and we need to honor and respect those. And that's the purpose of this book. And I think for that reason, it does a great job. It's a success. And I appreciate it, and I'm happy that I know Sean and can appreciate their work, and that they're from Canada. So if this sounds attractive to you, please go out and get your own copy. I've included the link below for the Amazon purchase. As well, please check out my reading of this book with your children. You can read along or feel free to just watch. And as always, like and subscribe. Hit the alert button. It helps me a lot, and it will keep you informed of the stories as they come out, as well as my reviews on them. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to next time.